Hey, welcome everybody to MRO Americas 2022. We're actually on the back side of it. It's actually almost over. I think there's only about an hour until the show is over, and we've been doing some really great interviews with companies. I've been walking the floor and finding interesting companies and trying to communicate to you what's happening and give you a little bit of information so you can learn, the strategies and the tactics and basically how to help improve your business. And I ran across another interesting company here, which is Sunaero, and I just wanted to start out and introduce these guys to you. Let me just start here. Could you just tell us who you are and what do you do, just briefly, really quick?
Yeah, so I'm Haven Tucker. I'm the CEO of Sunaero, and we are a tank services and technology company. So equipment and technology for helping better fix fuel tanks.
Excellent. And where are you based out of?
We're based out of Nashville, but we operate all over the world, so we have employees everywhere.
Fantastic. All right. And who are you and what do you do?
Simon Flavin. I'm a sales director, and I manage the relationships with all of our customers.
Excellent. And can you give me an idea of like how many customers you have? How big is the company? Just how many customers do you have today?
Dozens. We're working with
okay.
manufacturers, airlines, MROs.
Great. I just like for people to kind of get a size or just a sizing of what you're doing, how things are going.
Sure.
And can you tell me who you are and what do you do?
Brian Rohn, I'm the Director of Maintenance, and my side of it is all the technical questions that the customers have and our employees.
Perfect.
The airplane's broke, they can't figure it out, they call me.
You're the technical guy.
That's
awesome. All right, very good. Hey, listen, I wanted to start over here and say, what kind of challenges are you seeing in the industry? So when people are looking at tanks and challenges with fuel tanks, what are you seeing happening in the industry, today?
So there's a few challenges. I'll say one of them, just generally in the business that we do, is unlike in manufacturing, where you can kind of hone and find the best way to do something. Troubleshooting, particularly when it comes to structures, is never the same. So you could see the same symptom that's something easy, or you could see the same symptom and it's something hard. So there's no forward visibility on how long is this going to take or how expensive.
Okay, so you see a drip, and you have no idea.
Yeah, you don't know
what's causing that. Where is it coming from, or what's the cause of it? Or,
exactly. So that's what we try to work to make easier.
Okay.
Some other challenges in that is you mentioned manpower earlier. I think that's an industry-wide issue, particularly in the maintenance and the tank service world. There's a lot of turnover, and so getting people to come into the industry and stay in this field is very difficult. And so finding experienced people, making experienced people to really become great at what we do is always a challenge.
Okay. Typically people are seeing things like labor challenges with skilled labor. We're seeing inflationary price, increasing. We're seeing a lot of companies that have had people that have left and maybe they don't have the expertise to do some of these things on your own. How is your company coming in and helping people to solve, some of those problems?
The labor and expertise issue, a lot of it is we're trying to draw new people into the industry, not just the industry as a whole, but kind of into our sector of it as well. And so we're working with some A&P schools to try and partner up and give people a better view of, what it really means that we do and where you could go in the industry there. And we also draw from outside the industry because there's a lot of people that, aviation's a small world. And so outside of it, here in a show, we all know each other. Yeah. And then you step outside and nobody's ever heard of most of the things that we do. So there's a lot of technical talent outside the industry that has great opportunities here that they don't ever know about. And so we try to tap in a little bit to that. And then also take with our new developments, our new technology, our expertise, that this is what we focus on. We can show them that even though tank work is in a small section that a lot of people say, I don't want to work in a fuel tank. Yeah. But you can be high tech, you can be an expert, and you can, have a fantastic career in this field. And that's what we try to do.
Okay. All right. Excellent. Yeah. So Brian, let me ask you a question. What kind of problems do people typically come to you with from a technical perspective?
Fuel quantity is number one.
Yeah.
There's a wide variety of problems with different fleets of aircraft. Even though the processor says you could have 2 through 5 probes that are failing, we go on the inside and actually figure out if it's a wiring harness, the resistance, capacitance, what it actually
So we're not just talking about leaks, we're talking about like quantity indicators and things like that. So just can you give me a breadth of the kind of problems that you guys are solving now? I was thinking leaks. So what's the breadth of the things that you're solving?
Well, we have written some reliability checks for different airlines. We are the experts in that. If they go in and say that the tanks are good, then the higher ups in that company can come back and want us to check it. We actually take dry capacitance from the rear spar with our tooling and dial it down to what the problem actually is. Rather than shotgunning parts of the aircraft, we find the core problem.
Got it. So the expertise to go in and really find the problem quickly and most efficiently.
Sure.
Downed aircraft, losing money. I mean, that's the bottom line.
And anything, when you talk about, because he said fuel quantity and fuel leaks are the main issues that revolve around the fuel tanks.
Yeah, yeah.
And anything that's wrong in the fuel tank becomes a big time issue because you got to defuel it, you got to ventilate it. It's a hazardous area, and it takes a long time to even get in there.
Yeah.
So when we can do those things in advance during A-checks, during scheduled maintenance, we can eliminate unpredicted.
Makes perfect sense.
Downtime.
Simon, who's the typical customer that might be interested in talking to you guys about your services?
Well, pretty much anyone here. An airline that needs our AOG service teams, manufacturers on the production line, and we work with the military quite a bit as well.
Oh, okay.
So we have our tools, our equipment, but also our personnel. So we can service both needs.
Yeah, and what is the geographical areas or regions that you basically cover?
We have global reach.
Global reach.
We have an office in Nashville, also France, Malaysia. So we're everywhere.
Okay. I see you have some equipment here. It may not be quite into view. Is this actually in the view over here, the equipment? Okay. What is the equipment that you have? And you said you have products and services. What is it that we have here right now?
Examples. We talked about leak detection and fuel tank repairs. So a lot of our equipment revolves around that. Very quickly, this is one of our pneumatic sealant removal tools.
Oh, okay.
There's PRCs. There's a very tough sealant that is used to hold planes
Hold that up
together.
so somebody can see that. So okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Miles of that. And anytime you do a repair, you got to get that stuff off.
And you manufacture this equipment?
We do. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
There's a handful of different tools out there for this.
Yeah.
Everyone's got their favorites, so this is our own patented version.
Okay. All right.
But it's backbreaking, tennis elbow work. And we don't want to wear our mechanics out, so we have these special.
And what are these tips made of?
These are made out of a medical grade thermoplastic. It's actually it's a material that you might see in artificial joints.
Oh.
So it's like a bearing material. It's slippery. It slides through sealant. Doesn't bind up.
Yeah.
And so
minimizes
and
damage.
And it's absolutely safe for aircraft materials. Doesn't hurt aluminum. Doesn't scratch paint or anything like that.
Wow,
so
it's great.
You can get it done quickly.
What is this big unit here?
This is one of many of our infrared curing devices. So. I often joke about our job. It's like watching paint dry, and that's because literally it's like watching paint dry. But paints and sealants take a long time to cure.
Yeah.
Especially in the winter, you're out on the ramp. You can spend 2 days waiting for sealant to just set up for a repair that took an hour.
Okay.
And so we make some special infrared devices that can cut that cure time down to a matter of hours from days. And we do them for all different applications: paint touch-ups, windshields. But the really special one, I guess, that we do is we have the only industry-approved Class 1 dibble and curing device, so it can actually
the
go
what?
inside.
Class 1
it's
what?
a hazardous location curing device.
Okay.
So it can go inside a fuel tank.
Yeah.
And cure sealant repairs on the inside.
All right. Okay. Sounds like you have some really unique, specialized, kind of equipment.
Yes, sir.
So let me just ask you this: is that for people watching, you said basically anyone could be your customer, but usually people have sort of areas of specialty. Are there any areas of specialty if people are watching that you're like, hey, these are the kind of people that we really help a lot? Or is there any like aircraft types or any type of businesses? Is there any specialty area?
So we do work kind of across the industry, like Simon said, a little bit.
Yeah.
We worked everything from private jets
Okay.
up to wide body 47s. But I'd say our main ones are any large operators of the wide body aircraft. We're particular experts in the 757s.
Yeah.
And then MROs anywhere doing heavy maintenance that we could come in and do.
Got it. I just like to try to drill things down for people so they can get just a real concrete idea.
You ask the sales guys. Everybody.
That was my answer.
Yeah, right.
If you're watching this.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm sure there's other companies that do the kind of work that you do. What would be your unique selling point? Why would someone come to you as opposed to going to one of the competitors or something like that?
Well, there are a lot of other companies that do what we do.
Yeah.
And as I kind of started out with, the tank work industry has been kind of the same for a long time. And some people are very, very skilled at it. Others are less so because there's so much turnover. It's hard to. But we really focused on investing in doing the job better. So we've developed tooling, we've developed processes, we've trained people, and so we do it faster, we do it more reliably.
Good. Okay. How can somebody get in touch with you if they'd like to continue this conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. You can reach out to us on sunaero.com, sunaero.com.
Okay.
There's a contact button, and shoot your questions there.
And we're connected on LinkedIn.
Absolutely.
Right, and just show them your name. What is it?
It's my name, Haven Tucker.
Haven Tucker on LinkedIn. Reach out, send them a direct message, a LinkedIn message.
Absolutely.
Reach out, and if you want to reach out to Simon, you can reach out to Simon Flavin, Flavin.
That's right.
Yep. Okay. And I guess if you have a technical problem, you can reach out to Brian and ask him how to fix your tank. Yeah.
4-7.
There you go. All right. Hey, listen, thanks for joining us. I hope that you got some valuable insight into what some companies are doing. I've seen so many amazing technologies and companies with products and services, and I tell everybody, just like you right now, is that if nobody knows who you are, how can you use people's valuable products and services? And so I really strive to try to help companies to be able to get their message out And so I really wanted to encourage you to reach out to these guys. If you have fuel tank needs, repair and service needs, reach out to them and have a conversation with them. Continue the discussion. Gentlemen, thanks so much for the discussion today. I really appreciate it. Yep.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. And we look forward to seeing you maybe on our next interview. This might be the last. There could be one more. But I hope it's been a great show for you. Oh, by the way, what's this booth number in case somebody's still here?
It's 42.
4225. If you're still here at the show and you want to come talk to them at 4225. Have a great day. Bye.